So that's already my that's my thoughts on this movie. So yes, I'm excited to do this for the sake of because I reviewed the original Dawn of the Dead, then I reviewed the remake. So I reviewed the original Day of the Dead. So I have decided to be finished just to review this. One of the worst remakes I've ever, especially for the horror remakes I've ever seen in my life. I knew I was dreading this when I said I was going to do this. If I did, it was going to be so hard for me to watch. I finally managed to get through it, and guess what? I don't remember. Just like I remember a long time ago, I don't remember a single thing about this movie. It's one of the most forgettable horror films that I have seen in my life. One of the most pointless that I've seen in my life. Just so yeah, getting through it. This is it, and this is what this film symbolizes. Fitting for this cover right here makes me want to freaking puke. That's what this movie is. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me want to freaking vomit, and makes me want to flush this film down the toilet. I got nothing to say about this movie. It's probably one of the most shortest rants I've ever done. This is how much this film has caused me. Okay, it's a remake of George R. R. Romero's Day of the Dead. Anything that resembles the movie except for one or two things. Okay. So first of all, location. It's set in Colorado instead like how the original was set in Florida. It's set down the bunker. It's the whole entire town. There's this mysterious virus which I don't care. A virus that comes out of nowhere. Our town's already starting to be evacuated. And you have Ving Rhames as a colonel who's not playing the same character. It's totally different. He's in this film for a couple minutes and that's it. So yeah, you see like his name is right there on the second to lead right there, but he's not. He's only in for a couple minutes. And I highly enjoyed him in the remake of Day of the Dead. I liked his character of Kenneth. But here he's in a couple of minutes, not for me to give a crap. But the only one of the differences is he's Captain Rhodes. Get Rhodes from the original Day of the Dead, played by Joseph Pilato. Joseph Pilato as the real Captain Rhodes, fun bad guy. You love to hate him, but he played him off very well. And you got this guy who's like a guy who likes our main female lead. Except instead of Bub in the original, it's Bud. I don't want to go into this about that character. And the girl, I don't remember a single thing about her. I don't, except that she's a soldier, and I don't buy her as this being a tough soldier. I don't buy that whatsoever. You got Nick Cannon in this as his character named Salazar. This is funny. Yeah, Nick Cannon. You got Nick Cannon in the zombie movie. How fitting is that? Does that make the film are automatically good? The rest of the characters, I don't give a shit about who they are, and I don't care about them. I wish all of them would die instead. I don't care at this point. So I don't care. So this is a virus. Zombies going around, and which is. Now you have all these zombies that are like super zombies. They can climb on ceilings. They can jump high. Crash through the 2-story windows and land perfectly fine. Crawling. It's like they're Spider-Man, right? They can crawl on ceilings. Crawl on whatever, jumping high. Super zombies. That's how stupid this is. Ving Rhames dies. He has no legs, and that's it. They escape. The female lead has a brother and his girlfriend. They hide in a radio station. The whole town has gone to shit. And these super zombies, these fast zombies. They get out and they get out of the parking lot. One guy was with the group, is a scientist. He leaves their ass. And then they throw Molotov cocktails, and for some reason, when the few zombies are set on fire, they explode. I don't know why. They drive off, and they got to go get her brother. And the guy, Bud, is infected. And I'm not going with this whole thing. I'm just gonna skip right to the end. That's what I'm trying to go. I don't want to take too long on this movie because this film is drained me out enough as it is because I didn't want to revisit, but I did for the sake of it, for the original remake. So then you got this Bud, which is one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard of in horror history. Because he said he was a vegetarian, and now and he won't eat anything because he's a vegetarian. So we got a vegetarian zombie. The reason why you see that he's shaking because my knee is shaking so hard from this. Okay. I just makes this film makes me really want to punch something right now. Punch a hole through a wall or my door. I don't care. Yes, that's just the main. This is the main buzzkill of this movie. A vegetarian zombie. It's one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard of in film history or horror history, I would say. And whoever came up with this idea, which is written by this guy named Jeffrey Riddick. I would say I blame mostly on that because let's give him credit for creating one of the most stupidest ideas ever. Give him credit, get ideas for creating super Spider-Man zombies and a vegetarian zombie as well. And especially you get more of a super zombie when you get to the bunk, we get to this lab, and with this scientist who is so fast he can dodge bullets like doing the Matrix. High ventilation system is so fast he can play like a game of what was it? I don't know what is it. He's silent. He grabs the one of the guys up very silently without anyone noticing. That's how fast he is. He's one of the most super smart zombies because he was a scientist who will help try to work on this virus, whatever. And they get to this they're at the lab. Of course, it has an alternate ending. When this first one you see, Nick Cannon dies. When the alternate ending, he lives. I don't give a crap which ending, whether he lives or dies. I don't care. And then they use these tanks to set Cosmo on fire, to set a blaze and destroy all the zombies. Like it's like gas, and they'll all get destroyed. A very bad CG fire effect and CG disintegration. Same with the fire scenes from earlier I was talking about. Bad CG. And then everyone lives all happily ever after. And they all get away. I'm just getting through this as fast as I could because I don't want to waste my time and energy on this godforsaken, one of the worst horror film remakes I've ever seen in my life. And I don't care if they get scratched. And yes, this was what I said. But this was the film that my brother borrowed. I'm borrowing it for him, but I don't care because he says he loves the movie because he likes watching these bad things. What he calls it good, I'm sorry. This is my brother. I don't know what he sees because he has such bad taste in these. Well, Tim. Well, I should say it's his good taste. I should say he has good taste in these bad movies. I should say. So. But that's just how we are. So yeah, if he likes the film, that's fine. But I just will never understand the way his mind works on these horrendous films. It's one of the worst, especially it's one of the worst zombie movies I've ever seen. / horror films or / horror film remakes, whatever. I hate this movie so much, and it's sad that it's directed by Steve Miner. To make it even worse, he's made good films. I enjoy Friday the 13th Part 2 and Part 3. Um, House is a fun horror comedy. I enjoy Lake Placid, even though even though the crocodile is CG though, but most times it has good practical effects done by Stan Winston. Halloween 2 I like. Texas Rangers I have not seen though, but I heard bad things about that movie. But uh, and there was a film called there was an '89 movie called Warlock, which I have not seen though, but I have to look into that one though. But Friday the 13th Part 1, why can we see in Part 1? This film is messing with my head. Part 2 and Part 3 I like. Halloween 2 I like. Lake Placid I like. House is fun. The horror comedy film House from the 80s. And especially this film, that did not, is unlike the remake of Dawn of the Dead. This didn't get released in theaters. It went to direct to DVD. In which the budget is 18 million. I don't see 18 million anywhere. It looks cheaper than that. And it does look like a direct to DVD movie, which it is though, but it looks cheaper than $18 million budgeted one. The zombie scenes are horrendous to watch. The makeup effects, Dawn of the Dead original remake by Tom Savini's makeup effects, excellent, top notch. These makeups on these zombies are horrendous to watch, and they don't even look good. The score by Tyler Bates, who's done good scores in some other movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy, for instance. Not in this movie. The score sucked and was nothing. It was forgettable. And the writer Jeffrey Riddick who came up with the idea with these super fast Spider-Man type zombies and vegetarian zombies. Great job in creating one of the most dumbest ideas in horror film history. This is an insult to the original Day of the Dead. At least Dawn of the Dead I enjoy. It's one of the best horror film remakes for me. And so it was directed by Zack Snyder at the time when he was good. He was very capable of directing that movie, which I enjoy. At least he made effort. This year it's it's hard to believe that Steve Miner directed this movie. So yeah, I don't know what to say. The cast sucks. The score sucks. Everything's forgettable. Everything's forgettable about this movie. I know. Never want to see this film again, and I don't care because this is what this film symbolizes. This cover right here. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me want to freaking puke. That's probably why they did it, to make people sick to the stomach and try and make them puke from watching this horrendous piece of shit. I'm done here. I have nothing else to say. I got through it. I don't care if I don't care. I don't go through this whole movie. I don't care. I told you. Like I said, it was hard for me to watch when I first saw this, and I managed to get through it just for the sake of reviewing for the original and remake of this film, of the title, let's say. At least I try to put some effort in. I put some effort trying to try to get my head around it, but I forgot everything about it again. And I wanted to forget about this one. I want this out of my head. But I'm stopping right here now. Yeah, screw this movie. You know, I don't want everyone to see this movie again. It's one of the worst remakes of all time, in my opinion, especially for horror film remakes. Everything about this film sucks. I never want to see this movie again. But if anyone likes it, everyone who likes this movie, that's fine. It's their opinions. I'm not gonna judge anyone for it. You can like whatever you want. But for me, I can't stand it. I never want to see this movie again. It's a piece of shit. It's one of the worst. I feel like tossing it again, but I don't want to anymore. I tossed it enough a few times already. That's it. Thanks for watching. And also one thing, 14% Rotten Tomatoes deserves 0. Same on IMDb, which is a 4.5. That's way too high. Deserves 0. Yeah, this is a big fat 0, especially negative. That's it. I'm done here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next movie review for Halloween month. I'm done. I don't have nothing to say about this movie. At least I don't have the stomach to keep on going on with this movie. I was dreading it to review it, but I got through it. and I don't want to hear any more about this movie ever again. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.